Hey guys, in this video I'll try to demonstrate the practical use of freezing a layer in AutoCAD. Probably I used to teach students that freeze and turning off the layer both are same, but in the technical case or in the real world scenario they both are same, unless you don't have anything crazy like this figure. My computer is having a decent amount of RAM. Okay, and right in here I have drawn 10 million circles in AutoCAD. So if I try to select any of the circle, you can see that the circle has been converted into an octagon. Even this high-end computer is not able to track all those points. That might really slow down the computer, as you can see that zooming out is very difficult. Panning is also very difficult. So if your drawing is having this much amount of circles or line or whatever, your computer might take a lot of struggle to copy or track all those points. So what we can do here is I had assigned all of these objects into a layer, that is the layer 0. So if I freeze it, you can see that all of these objects has turned off, and now the only turned on layer is the layer which is having a color red. Now if I try to draw a circle here, or if I try to regenerate the drawing, just wait some time. Okay, I don't feel any problem in drawing these circles right now. Whereas if I thaw that layer, freezing and the opposite is thaw, if you might don't know, your computer might stays idle for some time. The computer is not responding. This computer is having a Xeon processor. This is a workstation for Titan RTX and 64 GB of RAM. Okay, even this much computer is having some problem in tracking that vast amount of circles. So what I'm gonna do here is I will wait. So after 20 seconds I got all these things, but still you can see that if I try to pan the display, you can see the display is turning off for a pulse of time. So if I try to draw a circle right in here, this is very slow. You see, this says it is real time and the video is capturing standard HD, because I've got some more other items running on the screen right now. And if I try to draw a circle, you can see that the decent frames dropping is happening here, and the system is really trying hard to capture all of these points here. So the thing is, if your drawing contain a lot of vast amount of objects that make your computer slow, I recommend you to freeze the layer, okay, so that you didn't have any more problem created by that the computer no longer wanted to track all those objects on that particular layer. Okay, the technical side of this is there's a dedicated part in your random access memory which is known as display buffer. Okay, let's get into the technical side of this. What is the real difference of freeze and turning on or off? Okay, you assume that this is your random access memory, or you can say that this is the RAM. Okay, every RAM is having a dedicated part which is known as display buffer, or maybe some of the graphics card will be having that VRAM. That might also have display buffer. Okay, right now AutoCAD is not using your graphics card for storing up all these points or asset. Right now it is using CPU or RAM combination, not graphics card combination. So I'm gonna ignore graphics card for a moment. There's a dedicated part in a RAM known as display buffer. The main job of display buffer is to control everything or to track everything on the screen. Okay, every RAM is having a dedicated memory that should be allocated for display buffer. For 32 GB RAM, this will be almost around 16 GB, or exactly half of the items. So maybe if your drawing contain assets more than 16 GB, okay, maybe I'm having 10 million polygons. If your computer want to track all those 10 million polygons, 16 GB is not enough, son. So the display buffer exceeds the limited capacity, so your computer will use the hard disk or SSD to store the excess component. In the time of freezing, okay, if I freeze the layer 0, everything that's on the display buffer we don't want to see will be turned right back into your hard disk. And right now all of these 10 million items are free, and we don't want to track all these items right now. Okay, so your display buffer is free, and your display buffer have only to track all this existing red layer, so that makes your computer very fast. So technically right now in the practical case, I don't think that any drawing will be having this much amount of polygons to track or points to track. So practical sense, we don't want to use freeze